Hi, today's assignment is to complete pages 10 through 13 in your student instructions and worksheets. We're going to do this together to learn how to reconcile a checking account. So first we need to know, what does it mean to reconcile a checking account? Well, when you think of the word reconcile, you think about coming back together or making things right. And that's exactly what it is for reconciling a checking account. On on Friday, you learned how to keep a running balance in a check register. That is your record of everything going on in your checking account. Yesterday, Monday, we learned about what a bank statement is. And what a bank statement or a checking account statement is the bank's records of everything that's going on in your checking account. So all of those, your records and the bank's records, oftentimes do not match. And the reason is sometimes you know more of what's going on than the bank does, because for whatever reason, the bank doesn't know about some transactions as soon as you do. And sometimes you don't know about transactions and the bank does. So especially like bank fees and things. So we are going to go through the process of reconciling an account to make sure those balances are the same. So we're going to use the September check register and the September checking account bank statement to reconcile Sally Smith's bank account. So we are going to view the September check register, which is on page 10. Okay, and we are going to compare it to what items are on the September checking account bank statement. And that's where we're going to really dig into the column that we have. I'll use pink. No, I'm going to use red. So it's this column right here that we haven't dealt with yet. That is that checking account or transaction field. So what we're going to do is we are going to scroll down. I'm going to be going back and forth quite a bit. And we're going to take a look at different sections of the statement. So right now, we are just going to look at, and I want to go back to drawing. We're going to look at the withdrawal section. So right here. After we're done with the withdrawals, we'll look at the deposit section. So everything is kind of split up that way. And then we also will look at our new balance section. So this top section here is kind of a summary. And then this is all the deposits or other credits. And then this section here is any withdrawals, any fees, anything like that that's coming out of the account. All right, so the first thing we're looking at is the date posted, our first withdrawal. We're just going to do all the withdrawals first. So we have on 9/3, we have check 301 for $15.78. So now I'm going to go back up to our check register, and I'm going to look for that. I'm going to look for that here on our. All right, so here we have on 9/2. So don't get hung up with the dates. As you notice on the bank statement, it said 9/1, but here it says 9/2. The reason being, but it's still check 301 and it's still for $15.78. The reason I don't want you to get hung up on that is because it takes some time to have transactions go through the bank. So you might have written that check on 9/2, but whoever you wrote it to waited until 9/2 to take it to the bank and cash it. So what we're going to do, because we know that's on the statement, we are just going to check mark. And that check mark was a little off, but we're going to check mark in that field. These check marks are very important because we need to know what is cleared. So anything with a check mark means it's cleared. It's not letting me write in the margin here. So that means it's cleared. And outstanding is anything that's going to be left that the bank does not know about. So cleared, the bank does know about it. Outstanding, the bank does not yet know about it. All right, so let's go back down to our bank statement. And we're going to do a few of these quickly in a row so that we can get done with this video a lot faster. So we have on 9/4, we have check 302. We have check 303 on 9/7. We have our food court pizzeria for $350. We have an ATM withdrawal of $40. And we have a bank fee of $2. So we're going to scroll back up and we're going to do our check marks for each one of those transactions. So we have we're just focusing on our payment column right now. So just the payments. So we had check 302. So we're going to check mark that. We had In-N-Out Burger, check 303. We're going to check mark that. We had our food court pizzeria. We had our cash ATM, and we also had our bank fee. All right. So now we're going to scroll back down to our bank statement, and we're going to take a look at what deposits we had. So we had 2 deposits. We had one on 9/3 and one on 9/5. Again, don't get too hung up with the dates. We had, looks like they were both made at the branch, the bank branch. One was for $144.01 and one was for $136. So now we're going to come back up to our check register. We're going to draw. We're going to choose red again, and then we're going to look for these. So we had a deposit, and they gave us a check mark for that one already as an example. And now notice for the payments, we were looking in this column. For the deposits, we are in this column, okay? And then we have the deposit of $136. So now we have all of our check marks. That is the first thing you have to do, is to place the check marks. And that's oftentimes something that the students forget to do on the project, and they lose a lot of points because they do forget to do that. So please don't forget to do that. That is the first step. So now we have placed our check marks in column 6 on the September check register for all the transactions that have cleared, meaning the bank knows about them and they are on the September bank statement. So now we're going to find the current checking account balance on the September bank statement and write it on line A, and then we're going to sum things. So I'm going to, instead of reading through all these directions, I'm going to take you through this. But let's first go back up to our check register. So now if you notice, we have an ending balance of $74.94 in our check register. So right here, $74.94. We have some things that are not, oops, I don't want to do that. I didn't know I could do that. We have some things that are not check marked here, which is important to note because those are outstanding. The bank does not know about these yet. Okay, so these are the ones. We have 2 transactions, the $43.72 and the $275, and we have 1 deposit. All right, so let's go back down to our worksheet. So there is a formula that we use to reconcile an account. The first thing we do is we look for our bank statement balance. And on our bank statement, remember I said we're going to be paying attention to this new balance. So our new balance is $91.41. So we're going to come down to our formula here, and we're going to take a look at, let me get back to drawing. Let me get back to this. And we have 91.41. Sorry, this is so large. And then we're going to add our outstanding deposits. So there is a worksheet area here for you to, I wonder if I can type in here. No, I can't. Let's just do a text box. $30 is our total here. And we have our total for our withdrawals outstanding is going to be, so we are 7, 14, 6, 46, 47 here. That's a 4. Okay, so we are going to take a look at our outstanding deposits, and I am going to come back to my drawing. I'm going to draw this. I think it's easier if I just stick with one thing. All right, our outstanding deposit total from B is $30. Okay, those are all the deposits that are not check marked, and then we're going to add those. So that comes to 121.41. And then, sorry, this is really messy. And then we are going to subtract our outstanding withdrawals, which are 46.47. So we are going to put 46.47 because we have spent that money, but the bank just doesn't know about it. We have deposited this money, but the bank just doesn't know about it. So we are going to subtract 46.47 from 121.41. And when we subtract that, we are going to end up with 74.94. So now if we are reconciled, this total should be the same as the checkbook or the check register. So let's scroll back up. And if you guys recall, it is 74.94. So there's a couple other things I want to talk about here. So the last thing that I want to point out to you is in the project that you're going to do tomorrow, at some point, sometimes the bank knows about something that you don't know about in your check register. So if there is some sort of maybe you go to the ATM and you forgot to write it in your check register, and then you get your bank statement in the mail and you see that there was a withdrawal, maybe on 10/1, an ATM cash withdrawal for $20, you would need to write that into your check register at that time. And it would get check marked because the bank does know about it. So it is not outstanding. It's cleared through the bank. You're the one that forgot to write it in. So you would have to write that in, and you'd have to do that. You'd have to take that out of, for this case, if we did that on 10/1 and we put an ATM, we would have to subtract it from the 74.94. And we would get, $54.94 if it was a $20 ATM cash withdrawal. Okay, I hope that helps. Tomorrow you're going to be doing a checkbook register all on your own, be reconciling an account. And again, if you have any questions, please email me. I know this wasn't a perfect video. I'm working from home today. So have a great day, everyone.